What's going on, YouTube? This is K-Knight23, the video game professor, and we are playing Total War Warhammer. We're going to be looking at the Bretonnians versus the Orcs today. We're going to see who comes on top. Follow along, watch, and let me know what battles you want to see next time in the comments below. We've got the red and blue colors of Bretonnia here. Lots of men-at-arms. A couple of, it looks like halberds and pikes. These are the rank-and-file units of the armies of Bretonnia. They're going to be the gap closers. These guys are going to be filling in the gaps. We've got one lord, one paladin, two paladins, and a damsel. There's absolutely no missile units that we can see on the field. And we're looking for our cavalry. They're starting off their march towards the green horde that's going to be off in the distance, and we're going to zoom back and take a look at their formation. Looks very broad. And here they are, the Grail Knights, the best of the best when it comes to the mounted cavalry that the Bretonnians can offer. Their heralds are unique to their characters. The crests on the helmets demonstrate the families that they're fighting for, and their lances glow with a holy flame. These shock cavalry will hopefully be enough to punch a hole in the greenskin army, preferably straight in their backs. Now we're going to take a look. Oh my god. Look at the numbers we've got. We're going to pan right across the armies of Bretonnia. I can hear the rock lobbers lobbing rocks, and oh man, as far as the eye can see, we've got trouble. We've got some trolls. Looks like we've got a goblin shaman. I think there's a goblin boss too. We've got some mounted riders with arrows. There are some spider riders. This is a goblin-heavy army the Bretonnians are going to be fighting here today. Off into the distance, we can see some of the orcs riding some boars. They're going to be a problem. This is a highly mobile army. Lots of range, some night goblins, some orc savages we're panning through right now. Some big uns, more mounted goblins. Those wolves are going to be just as dangerous, and those chariots, I can tell you right now, are going to be a huge problem. Already the orcs are peppering the Bretonnians with their rocks. It looks like the cavalry in the right wing of the goblins are moving into a different formation or breaking off. The damsel's throwing some magic down upon the goblins. Hopefully that works. Yeah, there's some lightning. That'll shock them. Oh, some goblins are going to just toss. Oh, already the... Oh! 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 The heavy artillery of the orcs tearing up the men-at-arms. We can see them already getting peppered by arrows, and it looks like they're breaking off into a charge now. And oh, from the flank, spiders that must have been in a vanguard position just slammed into the flank of the army. The right wing of the Bretonnians is stopped in their tracks. The goblin spiders aren't going to have much. The men-at-arms should be able to completely flank them on three sides. Looks like they're going back into their formation and not going to chase the cavalry, which is pretty good. It's going to be important for the Bretonnians to stick together as much as they can in order to benefit from the leadership of their leaders. The trolls are just tearing apart the men-at-arms. They've come to grips with them. Now, we can see one paladin and the damsel fighting. The trolls aren't going to last too long. The long reach that these Bretonnians are going to be able to offer should be able to puncture the trolls right well. And it looks like the troll... Yep, they're gone. But off to the right side of the halberds, we have savage orcs tearing them up. This is a big cluster. Bretonnia needs to spread out and take advantage of their numbers because they're just going to get whittled down. We've got some orcs casting some magic there. The shaman, I don't know if it's Gork or Mork, it's someone. And the Bretonnian cavalry is on the move. Looks like they're going to be going for the goblins' flank. Are they going to yeah, it looks like they're chasing down the chariots. They should be able to overtake them. Lances down, boys, but what's the... Oh, a charge redirect, and they're going to slam right into the behind of some orc archers, and they're going to just knock them back. The weight of that charge is going to be huge. That should probably rout the archers and give them something to think about. And now it's going to be important for the Bretonnian cavalry to get behind the lines of the enemy like they are now and position themselves for some charges. Looks like the war boss is just kind of dicking around. Oh, Wolf Riders coming to the flank. That's going to be a problem. That could really slow down the advance that the cavalry needs to have. But it looks like it's not going to stop them. They're moving down. We have one group already engaged with the Orcs. And here comes the second round, plowing into them, knocking them back. More lightning from the damsel. The Orcs have a lot to contend with, but they're not too worried. Now the shock cavalry needs to get back out of this fray and start rotating charges to get the most out of those holy fire lances. The trolls are going to eat these horses up. They don't want to be in a pitched battle here. They need to use their movement. They need to use the terrain. They need to use the charge. There's so many more Orcs than there are Bretonnians here, so positioning is going to be huge. Oh, this doesn't look good. It looks like there's 3 separate engagements going on. Bretonnians are scattered about. The Orc leadership is pretty low to begin with, but so is the humans. But the humans they just don't have the numbers of the Orcs, so they can't deal with the constant routing. Fighting the Savage Orcs is going to be brutal. They need some great weapons, but they don't have any. So the Paladin, the Lord, magic, something has to be brought to bear. Oh, not that cavalry. So we've got some boar boys coming in here. Oh, it's goblins. That's going to be a huge hit to their morale. I don't see those men-at-arms lasting too much longer before they have to turn tail. They need the benefit of their leader to help keep them up. More magic from the shaman. It looks like it's buffing the Orcs, and like they need it to be stronger. The blood on the units is just all-encompassing. Alright, looks like we've got one Bretonnian lost over there. That Grail Knight. Looks like they're reformatting. Here comes some more men-at-arms, some spearmen. Looks like they're going to be in a position to flank some of the Orcs. If they can just get down the field fast enough without tiring themselves out, they'll have a fight. The chariots are doing what chariots do, hit and run. And it looks like the first round of spearmen have routed. And I can't tell if the Grail Knights have as well. I hope not. But, you know, those lancers are pointed the wrong way otherwise. Looks like there's a unit of reserves here to hold the line, but there's a lot of Bretonnians running, and you can't run from a ball like that. Just lobbed over from the rock lava, crushing skulls and sending some Bretonnians on the way. The Lord of the Bretonnians is there fighting off a horde of trolls. Godspeed, sir. Because it looks like there's even more coming in. This does not look good for the Bretonnians. They're on the route. They need to rally, and it looks like that's what's going on here. It looks like the Grail Knights, with contingents of spearmen, are rallying up and positioning themselves for another charge, and there go the Grail Knights. Down the field, looks like they're going to have a flank, maybe even a rear charge against the Orcs. Let's see how they come in and hit. Yep, they're coming in right from the flank, and they are going to punish the enemy. He breaks right on through, turns around for another engagement. And that's probably would have spared the men-at-arms for just having left the field entirely. If the Orcs would have been able to continue their pursuit, they would have been gone. But the Grail Knights have sacrificed themselves to buy their men a little bit of respite. But they need to get back out and get on the field because there's a lot of work those Grail Knights are going to have to do. Arrows are just falling all over the sky. Look at all of these archers the goblins are able to field. The rock lobbers in the back. Plenty of reserves. And over here, what do we got? Oh, we've got a venerable paladin just fighting mobs of goblins on all sides. He can't even see. But wow, one swing of the sword and you see like 5 or 6 just going down. Shields flying, spears breaking, blood spattering everywhere. This is Warhammer. This is a fight. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to hold up there. He needs to get in contact with those Grail Knights. They need to see their lord over here having a bit of a scrum, and they need to bring some help, some relief. If they can rejoin it, they could provide a very excellent wedge to go back into the Orcs. But the Grail Knights are going to be held up if more of these Orcs are able to engage them. It looks like some of the boars are about to make contact. The archers aren't much of a challenge, but right there they get hit by a... Oh, yeah. That's a nasty rear charge. They've got big guns on all sides, and here comes some more reinforcements. The Grail Knights are just swamped down and have no chance of getting out and reforming. But they're going to try to make a few more passes, and it looks like they're trying to cut a path. They have. They made it back with the Paladin. The Bretonnian Lord is there fighting. He's got a Grail Knight with him, just taking it out to the goblins. Oh, then there goes that Bretonnian. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh my god. It is a green tide, but it looks like the spearmen... It looks like the spearmen have the goblins on the run. The night goblins are just getting cut down by these spearmen. This could be a turning point for the Bretonnian armies. If all of their troops have rallied and moved on, they still look like they have a lot left. It's going to be about positioning now. Now these guys are battle-weary, bloody, tired. Their morale can't be that great. Looks like we've got some of the pikes just making a march off to the trebuchets. I don't like the look of these spiders and that shaman. He's going to be trouble. Yeah, as we pan across the field, the Bretonnian lines are really, really spread thinly out here. It looks like there's a lot of orcs running away, which is a good thing. We need those numbers to be thin, because just as it is, there are way more orcs than there are Bretonnians. We've got a nice shot of the battle here. It is just a scrum. We've got Bretonnians in 3 locations, still unable to rejoin into one cohesive fighting unit. These men-at-arms are fighting spiders, goblins, the trebuchet armors, and looks like there's some more reinforcements coming in to help mop them out and chase them off the field. They've got their pikes lowered, and they're just charging right into it. Those halberds are going to be great at cutting down these spiders, but it's the poison attacks and the sheer numbers that might prove a problem. Looks like a few more are coming in, but yeah, they're not going to be able to fight. Oh, what's happening here? What's happening here? Yep, more oh, look at these men-at-arms are just trying to prove to the knights their worth. They've got another paladin with them still fighting these goblins. Now, we've got 1 Bretonnian lord and 2 paladins and 1 damsel. I've yet to see the heroes fighting together yet. I think there's 1 with each main group. Hopefully that leadership bubble is keeping them on their feet. It looks like all the orcs have routed for now. Oh, another volley of arrows coming from some... Oh, no, there they are. They're the orcs. Bloodied and looking for more. Lines of archers behind them. They don't give a damn if they hit the big ones or not. And here... Where are these chariots going? Are they going to reinforce the trebuchets? Because I haven't seen too many rocks being lobbed since. These chariots aren't routed. They've got a plan. There's the goblin shaman. I mean, I'd like to imagine they're trying to get behind the lines of the Bretonnians, but the Bretonnians don't have a line. Doing a little bit of course correction now. Looks like they've changed their mind on what they want to do. And, uh-oh. Here we've got the Bretonnian lord and one of his paladins, and the chariots are going to run all over them. It looked like they were trying to get some peace, try to buy a few moments of rest, but now they've got to deal with these chariots. They're not going to be able to outrun them. These guys are going to have to somehow take these chariots out if they are ever going to rejoin the battle. They've got their leadership going for them, though. If they could just take out 1 or 2 of the chariots, there's a chance the chariots might break. But it's going to be super important that no other orcs get to grips with them. Otherwise, outnumbered. Oh, it looks like he's running. He's gone. It's just the Bretonnian lord now fighting 2 units of chariots. He's surrounded. Cracks 1 open. Is that gonna... Yep, that's going to be enough to rout 1 of the units. Now it's just the 3 chariots versus the lord. He's still going to need some help, because if they wheel around for another charge, he's going to be on the ground again. And there is his help. The paladin comes out of nowhere, busts a chariot, routs it, and now it's time to move on. Oh. Shields up. Those rocks are flying. The Bretonnian paladins are the heroes of the army. They are men of legend, venerable fighters, veterans of countless battles, fighting. It looks like they've rejoined the damsel. I don't know where the Grail Knights are. I don't know where the men-at-arms are. I think they're gone. I think they're gone. I think we only have... Is there only 3 paladins? 3... It's the Lord, a paladin, and the damsel. And here come the biggins. Their shields are up. They don't give a damn. They're going to receive the charge. The damsel's going to throw some magic. And the fight is on. Even the damsel's getting some sword action in there. This is just epic. And it looks like the Biggins are routed. It looks like they're on the run. Shields are back up. The Bretonnians moving forward, flanking the damsel as they just strut. Oh, that volley of arrow could take him. No, he's standing. The Paladin is still standing. Watch out for the rocks. They're still up. I don't see any Bretonnians left on the field other than those three. Looks like we're looking for something. Oh, here come more goblins, more archers. Now this is going to be a problem because if the goblins are able to just continue to pepper those heroes, I don't know if they're going to have the stamina and the vigor to keep up with them. There's a lot of ranged here. What we're going to need to happen is have like, and look, we've still got like spider riders. We've got some boar boys. The damsel's just getting trampled by the spiders. We need to have a chain route happen. The chariots swing back in, knocking a paladin off his feet. But he's back up. Oh, no, he's back down. This isn't going to look good, but they're still holding. The honor of the Bretonnians are keeping them fighting. Another chariot goes down. Looks like the trebuchets are moving back to try to get some distance so they can just... Yeah, they're going to try to make another charge if they haven't routed completely. The Night Goblin archers are going to keep peppering those heroes. It looks like there's a big rout going on right now. Yeah, all of their fire is being... Wait, what's this over here? Alright, we've got the two paladins and the damsel taking it to the trebuchets. And what? Another paladin! There is another paladin. So we've got the Lord, two paladins, and the damsel. We've got 4 Bretonnian heroes versus the remaining Green Tide. For the king indeed. Now this is gonna be an upset if the Bretonnians can pull this off. Now it looks like they're outnumbered, and they are if you look at just the number of men in each unit, but right now we're looking at leadership versus leadership. The Bretonnians' leadership versus the singular leader. Oh, the damsel is taking a volley of arrows. She's gone. She's gone. I think she's out of the fight. No more magic here. Yeah, she is a little worse for wear. All the Bretonnians are going to have to do are break the units, and here it is, the Bretonnians versus the Goblin. Looks like it's a big boss. Or, no, that's a shaman. I see the staff there. They're going to have to fight him down. Look at these 3 heroes. The 2 paladins and the Lord. And he's chasing him down. That could be it. It looks like all the other orcs are on the run. We've got 2 paladins in the back, shields up, waiting to receive the next enemy. The orcs in the distance running away, and we've got the final paladin. Yep, there it is. A Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless. Good game. Bretonnia triumphs. Now let's take a look at the losses, because they're going to be huge. 1,600 deployed, 1,100 lost. 1,500 deployed on the orc side, 900 lost. So that means Bretonnia, Orcs... Bretonnia actually fielded more than the Orcs. Wow, that is impressive. But at the end of the day, it looked like it was the leadership of the Bretonnians that managed to hold up. The Orcs seem to have outnumbered them. They just have greater unit sizes. And the lack of Bretonnian heavy weaponry, like good, solid, staunch fighters, great swords. I think that's what caused a lot of the men-at-arms to just run. They just couldn't stand toe-to-toe. Once the Grail Knights got bogged down by the numerous troop types that the Orcs were able to field, they just weren't able to hit all the positions that they wanted. And it was a problem. It was a huge problem. All right, guys. This wraps it up for the Bretonnian versus Orcs. This was our first Bretonnian versus Orc battle, and the Bretonnians seem to have won it. Let me know what you want to see next time, and until then, keep fighting. This is K-Knight23, the video game professor, signing out.